All right, this is a brief review of the hidden defect indicators that I'd like you to know while you're doing forest inventory. So these are the most common decayers and their defect indicators. The first is the red heart of fir, which we see very commonly on fir, but keep in mind that this fungus, Haemonthesterium sanguinolenum, can occur in the heartwood of almost any living conifer. Okay, the sporophore is going to be small, leathery, about 2 inches wide. It's a little conch. And the upper is going to be dirty gray with a white lip, and the underside will be smoothish. Okay, if you scratch this, it will look like it bleeds red. That's where sanguine comes from. When you have the defect, these conchs are rare on trees, but when you do have the defect, because the cull, because they are rare, the cull is very hard to estimate. But if you do have a conch, it will be a local cull. You'll have to make a call if there's multiple conchs. You know, I would be doing probably at least a minimum of 4 feet. But anyway, just put local cull. And these I mentioned that we butt up the log usually when we're in the woods. So small conch, as you can see. Red rot, Phalanus pinei, very, very common on conifers. Once you dry the wood, it stops growing. Sorry, I cut that off. I said once you dry the wood, it stops growing. A small sporophore, a conch, it's about 3 inches wide, very thin and wavy. And you have these striations or concentric furrows on the top. On the underside, it's a yellow brown with irregular pores. We also have punk knots, what are called punk knots, which are soft knots that occur on the tree. The bark is over top of it and it's swollen outside, as you can see in this illustration. There will be decay inside. There may be even resin flow. A lot of these occur at branch stubs. The defect for this is about 7 feet total. It happens to go up less than it goes down, 2 to 4 up, 4 to 5 down. But the important thing is here we have about a 7-foot cull, and it is widest where you will see the conch or the defect on the tree, and then tapers in a diamond shape, tapers away. The third conifer decayer, again another common one, is the brown rot, or called velvet top fungus, Phaeolus schweinitzii. You see this on all conifers, and it is a root and butt rotter. Okay, it will continue to develop if the tree dies and on fallen logs. The sporophore can sometimes be very large, many inches in diameter. The image in the top right is about a 3-inch diameter conch that has really no stalk. The one in the bottom right is more like 10 inches in diameter, or maybe more like 6 to 8 inches in diameter, with a stalk coming up from the ground. And these are this is more common that you'll see them on the base near the tree, but on the ground near the base of the tree. Okay, so as they get older, they will turn black, but they're going to be a velvety dark top. The defect is never more than 8 feet. It's usually an 8-foot tapering decay. This will only occur in the butt log. And again, it depends on the size of the log, whether and how far along this will go. This could take decades in order to eat up the whole log. Switching to the hardwoods, we have tinder conch, Fomes fermentarius, which is a heartwood decayer on a lot of hardwoods, but mostly this is going to be on populus and birch and beech. Okay, but it is the #1 cause of hardwood wood loss, especially here in the Northeast, but elsewhere as well. The sporophore is a horsehoof shape conch, very smooth, hard, woody top, light gray when it's young, and then the interior will be a dark brown The bottom will be recessed and will be white when it's fresh. These do turn black with age. But you can see this one has lasted many years. The defect on this is total call. So as soon as you see that smooth horseshoe shape, it's total call. So smoothish as opposed to the sister relative that is charcoal-like. So total call for this one. The sister is the false cinder conch, which is actually in a different genus called Phelinus igniarius. This also applies to Phelinus tremulae that occurs on aspen. So this is another heartwood decayer of birch, aspen, and beech. And when the tree dies, it will go in to decay the sapwood. It will decay the sapwood on dead trees, in case I cut that off. The sporophore, this is the largest one I've ever seen. They can be very small or much smaller than this, a couple inches in size. So this one was more like 8 inches in width. But they're hard, woody, they're charcoal, cinder-like top, and then the underside is going to be white when it's fresh, and it will turn brown and darker as it ages. The defect here is basically 8 feet on either side of a conch, so about 16 feet per conch, 8 feet on either side. This is the Phelinus tremulae, so it's the same call, but this only occurs on populus. Cinder conch is Internotus obliquus. This is what we see on birch. This can be equally found on yellow and white birch. It is a heartwood decayer. I see most of these on really poor sites or where there's been a lot of injury. Internotus glomeratus will occur on maple and beech. The conch is sterile. It's very cinder-like and very rough. And as you know, the defect is total call. So when you see this, not only is it total call, but trees in the surrounding area, immediate area, may also be affected. So anyway, those were the ones that you need to know. I just also mentioned that Ganoderma applanatum, the artist conch, there is a report that it has been on living trees. I'm not going to test you on this. I just wanted you to be aware of that. And you've all seen that conch. I'll close with this slide and remind you that if you would like to look up any more images of these fungi, go to forestryimages.com. Use the Latin name. You'll have more luck with the Latin name than you will using a common name. Okay, good luck. Thanks.